Ashland University Eagle News Update. I'm Colleen Rimmel.
And I'm Connor Dunwoody. Thanks for joining us.
Many students on campus are struggling with the same thing, the flu. AUTV20's Connor Dunwoody has the story.
Thanks. With Ashland being in the midst of a flu and cold season and many students around campus becoming ill, it brings up the question on what students can do to avoid getting sick. I talked with nurse at the health center, Jody Usher, to see what students can do to avoid getting the flu or cold.
To fight the flu, the best thing to do is to wash your hands, particularly before you eat, but especially before you're touching your face, that kind of thing.
I also talked with a few students to see what they're personally doing to fight the seasonal sickness.
Well, I like to go to the gym and make sure I'm doing at least 30 minutes to an hour of exercise to keep my body healthy.
Trying to keep track of when I might pick up germs from something so that I don't get the flu. I had it last year, so I don't want to have it again.
We saw flu before break, and we've seen some since. More lately, we've been seeing more colds, coughs, sore throats, that kind of thing, and less flu symptoms lately, but we saw more flu before break.
As the flu and cold spread around campus, there's really two things to keep in mind. 1, wash your hands, and 2, if you feel sick, be careful of who you come in contact with. For TV20, I'm Connor Dunwoody. AU students interested in living in the senior apartments next year have until February 6th to apply, but not everyone is eligible.
For senior apartments, you have to have senior status, which is 90 credit hours. You have to have a 2.5 GPA, and you have to have no level 3 judicials. So it gives a great opportunity to kind of learn that independence, and it's that kind of step between, once you graduate, you're going to be out in the real world, so kind of preparing you for that.
Eligible students can pick up from the Cox Apartments and Miller Apartments. There are also apartments located in the Kilhefner, Myers, and Jacobs Hall dorms. Anyone who is interested should fill out an application located on the AU homepage at www.ashland.edu.
The second annual Bridal Showcase at Ashland University will bring some glamour to Upper Convo on Saturday, February 7th. Manager of Catering Service, Carrie Goff, says the event is a great way to bring in revenue and market weddings at AU.
Doing the Bridal Showcase allows us to bring in a lot of weddings, not just from the greater Mansfield area, but it's also bringing people down from Cleveland, Columbus, Akron, all over Ohio, which also gives a lot of exposure for the university as a whole as well.
The event features many vendors from attire to stationery that cater to future brides and grooms. Last year, AU earned $100,000 in wedding services. Goff expects to double the sales following this year's event.
600 people packed Upper Convo to hear civil rights leader C.T. Vivian speak. The event marked Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday. AUTV20's Logan Gay has the story.
I didn't think so.
With a mixed crowd in attendance, C.T. Vivian discussed how we have not yet achieved Dr. King's dream, but we are closer than ever. The key is caring for one another.
Causing people to see what a life well lived is about, causing us to see what it means to care enough about people, to really live on their behalf, die for them if necessary. See, nobody wants to die, but the point is sometimes it's necessary.
Dr. C.T. Vivian, a close friend and lieutenant of Dr. Martin Luther King, rode the very first Freedom Bus, participated in sit-ins and marches across the United States. His work helped pass the Civil Rights Act of 1964. However, with cases such as Ferguson, Trayvon Martin, and Aaron Garner, has some people questioning whether we are really living the American dream that Dr. King once preached about.
There's as many hateful people as there are good people, and the hateful ones slowly will overcome their influence.
Vivian's speech inspired the entire room. He asked people to stand up to racism and intolerance and become knowledgeable about discrimination. He encouraged everyone to fight against racism by using the only weapon that works, love. Reporting for AUTV20, I'm Logan Gay.
Interim Provost Dr. Doug Fiore has begun meeting with students for breakfast and lunch in the Convocation Center. He hopes to receive feedback from students on what they think will make the university a better place.
I simply sit at a table with a sign, because I realize lots of students don't know who I am, that says Provost Meeting, and it's an open opportunity for students to just come and sit down and talk about, honestly, anything. It's easy for me to say to students, you can come and see me anytime, but there's something about the Provost's office that might be intimidating, out of the way, not a place students are going to just stop by. So I thought, I've got to bring myself to students.
Ashland community members and AU students alike are now able to purchase their groceries online through Dining Services' new Eagle Marketplace.
We're always looking for opportunities that we can increase revenue, increase our services to the on-campus community, and we looked at what we have here on campus as far as our revolving door of produce and our other products and goods that we have that seemed like a logical fit to possibly start an online grocery program.
The award-winning Dining Services will not only make available fresh produce and other common groceries, but they will also offer home-in-a-hurry meals. These are meals that people can simply pick up and take home without having to actually cook. AU's other signature items, such as Tuffy Chow, can also be purchased through the marketplace. Orders can be placed at eaglemarketplace.ashland.edu.
For more Ashland University news and sports, don't forget to check out the Collegian at www.ashlandcollegian.com.
And tune in every weekday morning from 7 to 9 to hear the Early Bird's Word on 88.9 WRDL.
That's it for this Ashland University Eagle News Update. I'm Colleen Rimmel.
And I'm Connor Dunwoody. Thanks for joining us.